Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to you all, wherever it is that you're joining us from. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another great episode of Track and Field TalkNet, where we talk about track and field, where we learn about track and field, and where we also educate while we go ahead and learn. So, definitely tonight we will be doing the weekend roundup of what happened in the space of track and field over the weekend. A lot has been happening and a lot to unpack as we go along. We know that the weekend has been a powerful, compact track and field season, track and field weekend for us, not just for Jamaica, but also for the global space of track and field in the world. We saw a lot of things happen. We saw records happening. We saw persons running personal best. We saw people peaking. We saw people running national records. We saw persons gaining the world championship qualification and moving right on up. And definitely, you know it. Once it happened in track and field taught is going to be bringing it and breaking it down and also having the conversation. So we thank you all for being here with us. As always, we welcome you all. Remember, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please continue to make sure you go ahead, tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe to Track and Field Talknet over the YouTube channel so that we can continue to grow as we continue to educate and learn as we go along. So much things happening, so many things will be happening. We are winding down to the season and to the time. So let's all just get on into it, the track and field talk that way. So tonight, with me to discuss, to educate, to learn, to talk about, to share views, to agree to disagree, and go along, we have none other than a great family member of Track and Field Talknet. He has been here so often. Definitely, we know that him as a family because we over here is family. None other than Mr. O'Shea Hudson for you. How are you doing tonight, O'Shea?
Good night, Latoya. I'm doing good. Tired, but I'm here. I'm here. How are you doing?
I'm tired myself, but again, it's track and field and it's our timing. So we talk about it until it is that we go to our beds and wake
Yeah.
up back and get to talk about it again, right?
Never stops talking.
Never stop talking. And track and field for the weekend gave us that moment also for us to never stop talking. Ah, so much has happened over the weekend. How do you feel about the weekend?
I mean, I've kind of gotten used to it now because this is crunch time. I'd say crunch time because a lot of persons are all over the place trying to just get their heads together, get their business together. And what I'm happy about, a lot of people were early on saying that we shouldn't have gotten our trials out of the way, but I'm happy it is done because now people get to be very busy. I mean, you have no choice. If you want to be at the big dance, you just have to get busy. And while they're getting busy, our local athletes are trying to get themselves into positions and into shape. The world is also trying to get themselves at that spot. I mean, US have their trials coming up, so their big stars and others are showing out, while Europe and Africa is really fine tuning. Europe just came out of their championship, so everybody is really in the game with less than about 2 months to go before the big one. Well, no idols, everybody has to come seeking something.
Definitely, definitely. I agree. I agree with you mostly about Jamaica getting their championships out of the way, especially that we know how Jamaica can be.
Yeah.
Sad to say. And we are seeing it, happening now. So I am happy that we didn't buckle under the pressure of changing the championship time. I know a lot of us, a lot of persons wanted it to have been changed, but based on where we sit and where we stand, it wouldn't have been feasible to change it because changing the date would have caused a lot of interruption for other things that is happening, even though some of them is no longer happening. But all in all, it is a good thing that we did not change it because it also allows persons who have not yet run the qualification time to be able to get into some meets and be able to push the status quo for them body and themselves. So we are grateful for that. Just for pausing for a moment. Good night again, everyone who have just joined. Hey, Forbes. Good night. You're early to class today. Hey, Queenie. Great having you again. Um, So being that we are right there about Jamaica not changing the championships and allowing persons to be able to get the qualifying time, I think it is right and fitting to start right there about getting the qualifying time. I first just want to big up. I'm so happy, happy for this young man. He has been knocking on the door last season, but I mean, you saw the great push and the great effort more in this 2025 season for none other than Adrian Carr. Like, I'm happy for everybody, but I'm really excited for him running a personal best and also running the qualification time for the 200s over the weekend. What say you about that?
I mean, Adrian, what can I say about it? I mean, came out of KC, and a lot of people had a lot of hope for him because you and I know that a lot of KC supporters they really go big when it comes on to their own. And we saw where he started his professional career. He didn't choose a regular route like most of the other standout guys did. Would have gone to college, etc. He started this professional thing at Motorcade, as we know, and then was struggling. Let's be honest, he was struggling a bit to turn the corner, but it's not unique to him because many junior athletes struggle. And but what I think I appreciated about him, Latoya, he stayed in the game. So there were meets that you saw him running, and people were like, this guy, what is he really doing with his career? But he has made a switch to a different group,
Cam.
and just in time. I said some things don't happen before it's time and on its merit. You'd have to credit the current handlers for bringing him forward this year. And I say bring him forward because he has now gotten to the place where I think he's much more competitive and starting to believe a little bit more in his talent. And it's you saw it at the senior championships because he came to the championships and he had to work his ass off to get into those finals, into the 200 meters finals specifically, and then to get into the top three. And a lot of people didn't really count him in. But the good thing about it, when others count you have to count yourself in. And again, he was one of them that came out of the championship, knows now that the stakes are right for him to reap. Either he does the work or him give up
Go on.
on what would be an absolutely fantastic chance of putting his foot through the door in its fullest extent. So now that the championship would have out, I know that he would have been searching for meets. And when I saw his name on the start list, I'm like, thank God he's getting a chance. Whether he make use of it or not, thank God he might get a chance. And that's just my thing. But you see, sometimes you need to give people one chance. And this would have been one of the first meet you have gotten since trials in a competitive environment with other internationally recognized athletes. And when I saw him behind that, albeit, as I said before, he was not in a proper race or what we call the prime race because he ran in the pre-meet race. But that young man from Tennessee, his name's elude me, but he's coming from the NCAA system. When I saw him moving off like a bullet, I was like, Adrian, you got to go for him. Go for him because if you go with him, you must get something out of the race. And when I saw the 19.7, I'm saying, yeah, he has to get something 20 points. It can't be less than that. So I'm really, really happy for him, Latoya, if you ask me. Really super happy. He gets his chance to go to the World Championship. Big deal.
Big deal. Big deal is right. Big deal is right. Good night, Xavier.
Good night.
Yeah,
Night.
a big sorry about that. A big deal is right for Adrian. I'm super happy for him, as you rightfully said about the change from camps. We saw the fruit of that change came forth, and it came forth just in time at the right time. Um, Even though I mean he ran last weekend before now in the 100, and I was more for him running the relay at that point in time. But as you rightfully said, time is the master of everything. When it's your time, is your time. And I believe that this weekend was just his time. He timed that race properly. So sometimes, even though we don't win, it
Yeah,
still matters that we put everything in it, and we saw that fruit coming forth for him. So kudos to him,
yeah,
running that new personal best. Also,
yeah,
that even is like the topping on the icing of the cake.
yeah.
Having a personal best, running the qualification time, and knowing that hey, my
And
ticket
it
is
shows
now.
you. It shows a lot of that is in form, and that's something it speaks to where he is now. Because I think when they taper him off a little now and get him primed now, because the first objective has been met, get the qualification time. So nobody can argue with you if or but or maybe. Now the coaches can go back now and say we have a serious matter at hand now. It's not just about getting to the World Championship, but to show up at your best. And I believe he has semifinals quality in him. So if he gets to the World Championship, I believe he can get to the semifinals. So now they need to start set themselves another target. And I'm really happy, as I said before, we got time. Time is wasted on us this year in terms of the championship being in September. If you're a good coach, if you're a good athlete, show yourself strong now.
Show yourself strong. Xavier, anything to say about your fellow KC
No,
athlete Adrian Carr?
no, it was coming. What I like about Adrian is hungry for success. So I think a lot of athletes are missing that key ingredient. Week over week, you see Adrian improving and putting in the work, and he has been putting in the work since left the junior realms, and this is just benefit of the work that he has put in over the last couple of years. So kudos to him. I think that great things to come. Um, it's one step at a time. We say qualifying time. We're looking for the sub 20, but it's one step at a time. He's pretty young. He has to work on his craft, but everybody has different motivations. And I think that would motivate him a little bit more to work out a little bit harder. So people people set different goals. I want to win the world championship. Maybe you take it in strides. You self-actualize differently. So we'll never know. So I'd like to see him take it in strides. Very talented. So we just have to wait and see.
We just have to wait and see. I believe that by the time we get around to World Championship, I mean running 2009, I do believe that he can go sub 20. At the World Championship also, I mean 2009, he can go sub 20. Sub 20 and come into that 19 bracket. I'm hopeful for it. I'm hopeful for him. Right behind him, the other person that we want now to go and do the qualifying time is Christopher Taylor. So Christopher is the only one from that three now that has not yet run the qualification times. Oshay, you can maybe shed a little bit more light as it relates to Christopher, because I know that Christopher would be one of the athletes who need to get into some meets and work on getting the qualification time. Is this possible for Christopher in your viewpoint?
So it is very much possible. I mean, Christopher is just is really in the middle of what you say a rock and a hard place, because we know the backstory behind the story. So now he's trying to get himself back into the game. And getting into the game sometimes it's not as easy as we think. Locally, you saw him get back on track and he's riding the waves and going through. But now he'll have to get competition. And really and truly, there's not much local competitions happening anymore. And again, if you ask me, the local competitions won't serve you as best as you want. So what I'm hearing from his handlers and from the camp that he's affiliated with, they're trying to get him in some local meets in the US, and hope that when he gets into those meets in time, I mean, there are several meets that happen just like how we have the all comers and those kind of meets.
And the
Similar
velocity meets.
magnitude in the US, but they provide such stiff competition. And because USA's are in August, all the athletes from every nook and cranny is showing up. So once you get into any one of those meets, you're expected to be competitive. So he's working on getting into those meets. Hopefully before July is out, we'll see him on the track running an individual race or two. And I know, like I said before, Christopher Taylor has a new found
Hunger.
energy and resurgence that has come with him now. The attitude that he has now put forward to say, this time it's a different business altogether. He has been out of the game, but again, sometimes it's a blessing in disguise when you're on the sideline, when you step back in the game, the hunger that comes with it, only you alone can speak of it. And I really think, and this is just my opinion, I think the Christopher Taylor I know, if Adrian Carr can get the time, I don't see Christopher Taylor not getting that time. So I'm just hoping whenever he gets into those races, that's how the conditions are fine, and then he just handle the business.
Definitely, I agree with you. I am hopeful for him also. Highly hopeful for him for so many reasons. Um, Based on what has happened, and he has been out of it for the past 2 years, to come back and to make the team is a good thing for him, is a good look for him, and it's also help him with the perspective that he would want
Yeah,
to garner in terms of moving forward into 2026 season, in terms of what it is that you really want to do, which race is it that you want to run, short sprints or
yeah,
so if it
a
is
long
that he
sprint.
gets
Yes,
to, when it is, let me take that back, when it is that he gets to
that's the thing. Yeah,
book that ticket, when J3 has to, stamp his name, Christopher Taylor, on that ticket, to go to Tokyo,
yes,
that will also be a greater motivation for him. So definitely, Christopher Taylor, we're
right.
rooting
Yeah,
for you. Dennis is asking if Brian obtained the. Dennis, which one I Brian will talk about? Cause I could never.
it can be the level
And
one.
then national champion. Dennis, have you been sleeping?
In, yeah, in short, you can tell him he has done it. He has done it.
Twice.
He did it. He did it. Actually at the
Yeah.
championships. So he has done it. Yeah. And for your listeners, not for you, because um, a lot of people not recognizing that Jamaica actually had two qualifiers. Oblique Civil actually has the
Right.
time. So a lot of people were not aware that, but because he's become so
To only
accustomed and
running the
known to do the
100.
straight race, people have really forgotten that he. So if he wishes, and we're just saying if he wishes, because we don't know what is up in that camp. We saw him in the Grand Slam running 200s. So if the coach and himself decide to run the 200 at the Worlds, he is in a prime spot. If nobody else, and we're saying if nobody else gets that qualification time, which we highly doubt it will happen, because as we said, Christopher Taylor is gonna get Oblique is another option. But yeah, we have three
We currently
qualifiers
have
for
three
now.
qualifiers for now. I mean, but I got, you see, because we see the stock that quote that statement here. What about Big Boy?
Yeah.
I was going to drop Big Boy name in the 2 minutes, but we're not going to ruffle the body feathers. I'm not going to
Nah.
do. I'm
Big
not
boys
going
in
to do.
Italy.
I'm not going to do. So Big Boy is in
Big boy.
Italy, and definitely from the interview, he is supposed to be having some meet to go into. I think this week into next week. So there are, from my
Yeah.
recollection, there are about 3 meets that Big Boy is down to run in order to make that qualifying time, to
Yeah.
run the qualifying time. So Big Boy will be fine.
So that is one of the big thing, Latoya. So people need to also know that when camps like MVP moves to Europe, they move for a reason, because on those circuits, if you follow the World Athletics Peak, you see that they have what is called continental tours,
Silver,
whether
bronze,
it's
or
silver,
gold, right?
bronze, or gold, and some countries have meets in and out, and he's there prime and ready, like him said,
Ready.
him ready. So it's just for us
Big
to
Boy
watch him
and
carefully.
national record. Mind frame, you know.
The man says 43 this year. The man says he's going 43. And if he says it,
I
we're gonna believe it.
Mach 11, man. If Mach 11 rise, Mach 11 have for shoot, you know. Just as I said. Mach 11 rise, Mach 11 have for shoot. Emil said there are more than 20 athletes who are still searching for the qualifying standard. Hopefully they'll get into meets to get them on the team. When you said there are more than, no,
I
it's
don't
not
I
so
don't think we
much.
have
It's
that.
not.
I don't think we have that
Let me
much
have a
though.
question in my head, but it's
Yeah.
not so much. We know that the 200-meter females, that is three. That would be
Yeah. So well, what is that? What I think what he's trying to say is that those we saw competing at the nationals, a few of them doesn't have the time, because most of the slots have been filled, but the athletes who are there aren't interested in the events. For argument's sake, Nisha Berger qualifies in the 200 meters. So too the likes of a DJ Oakley, but they will know they're not
not
probably
going to
gonna run
not
those
going.
races. Well, Nisha Berger might take up the opportunity because she has not really made the team, but she has
Right.
done the time. So you'll find that most of the national top three finishers are the ones who are still searching for some time. In the 400 meters, we have athletes like Bovell, who Sean Bailey. Those persons, they have the time already. Just that they
They
didn't
didn't finish
they didn't finish in the
in the
top
top
three.
three.
So Yes. So if push come to shove, we can put some athletes going forward to the championship. Just that you won't find the name that you saw
The
Charles to
winners
get
of
in.
the 1, 2, 3
Yeah.
of the trials. So just to recap on that
Yeah.
also is that the female for 200 meters based on the 1, 2, 3 that came along with Sharika, because Sharika already have that by based on the 1, 2, 3. Oh Lord, Sherwood, you drop, you stop me in my tracks. Sherwood said, whoever gave Big Boy that name deserve a medal. Never has a nickname been so perfect. Makilev nor Big Boy, both of them is so perfect for him though. Um, but back to the thought space of the
The
200
200
meters. We
meters.
know that
Yeah. You see
Sharika
something with
already
200.
have
Yeah.
her ticket booked, and everything
Yeah.
for that. As it relates to the females, in terms of persons who came 1, 2, 3, don't have it yet. Don't
Since
have it yet, but
Ashanti,
Ashanti
yeah.
will be vying to get that time in the meet coming up.
Nakak.
She's down to one.
Yeah. So to Gabriel Matthews too. I think she I saw her
On
name
a
in on
US
a
meet,
US
yes, but
meet as
I
well.
don't remember which meet it's going to be.
Gabriel Matthews.
So
So
therefore, there
yeah.
are athletes who is trying to get it that outside of those who have already made it that did not come 1, 2, 3 for the
Yeah.
200 meters in the females. Um, as O'Shea said about Dijonay Oakley, for me, I would not based on this schedule. We know
She
that
will
the
not.
4-2
She
double
likely
is
won't
always
run
a
that
hard
200
one, but
meters.
this schedule makes it even harder for persons who is doing a
Harder.
four
Yeah.
two double. So Dijane, being the fact that she, you know, came second in the 400 meters for women, she definitely would not take up. She definitely would not.
And
I wouldn't advise for her
no, and it's
to
her first
look
championship, Latoya. I mean, is her for anybody even whispers that in her years would be so
wicked,
wicked to her
wicked.
because it's her first championships, and I highly doubt. I'm not discounting her talent, but it's gonna be hard for her to go at her first championships and medal in a 400 meters because that event has gone so far. But guess what? Jamaica has quality to get a medal in the relay. So it'd be so a big deal if she can pour her all into the 4x4 and get a medal in her first world championship,
World
then it will
Championship.
count for much. But not 200. And no, don't even whisper to her. No,
No,
no, no.
but even so, it's not even about the medal, but it's about
The
the
experience, yeah.
pressure, the pressure that you should have had to put on our body for the 4-2, because based on the schedule, semifinals, the 200 comes, and then immediately after you have the women men 200, you have the women men 400. So if she even to
200,
reach
yeah.
there, anybody who is to reach that double, their body must be at a place where it's exceptional, because of what you would
Yeah.
have to,
But we have seen the
you have to be
greats. We
crazy.
have seen Mila Weir try it and came out zero. So and if she was in A class at the time, so it's not an easy
So
thing to do. It's not
right.
conducive. Not
The
conducive.
men, for the men 400 meters, I mean, we know that the defending world champion in Antonio Watson,
Yeah.
already ticket is booked.
Ran last week as well.
His book ran last week, and it kind of look, yeah,
Just like yeah, coming out of the
right.
platform, just unwrap,
So
yeah,
the
yeah,
three men
yeah.
who came 1, 2, 3, that is Mac 11, Delana Kennedy, and Javon Powell needs to run the time in order to be there. So
So
any
Bob
4x14,
Delan,
go
I'm
ahead.
not sure which one you're asking because the mixed team has the mixed team or the male team or the female team because the males have qualified already
The males qualify for the 4x4 is the female team,
and the mixed
and
team
and the mixed team, and maybe the
are
mixed
yet
team
to
just have to
qualify.
sit down and we sit down for a little time with them. They're right there. So, but for the female 4x4 team that is set to go get that time,
At Nakak,
definitely at
we'll get it.
Naka, definitely it's a go make. It's
And
a go
my thing
make.
about it, I have so much faith in these two ranking teams. You know why, Latoya? Because the disparity between, I'm not discrediting any other country, but any team to run the time that Jamaica currently has have to have athletes of our quality. I don't see any team. The good thing about it, the team that is before us that has not qualified is Netherlands. And we can't really get them off. And so I think we're going to be assured. The only team that has me worried worried because of the time they have done and where they are is the 4x1 team. They are in the 18th spot, and it is a place
So
of great worry. The 4x4
like how we
mix
make the
and the
chat bring
team.
with there,
Yeah.
so might as well we just angle the business there with that. Like how we make them bring us right there. Emil is educating
Hold
us.
on.
Thank you so much, Emil.
That these people
Right,
have not
all of those
qualified?
names, right? So Christopher Taylor, Shanti Moore, Gabriel Matthews, Renisha
No.
McGregor, Rashid McDonald, Delana Kennedy, Javon Powell, Tyrese Taylor, Kellyanne Beckford, Kellyanne, Kellyanne Beckford, Adele Tracy, and Delana De Cambrai.
Well, Adele
Adele
Tracy is
Tracy has
qualified in the
qualified now,
1500.
so she's good to go.
Yeah. Adele is qualified, so that she's out. The truth about it, if you look at this list, take Rasheen out of it, and Javon Powell to an extent is they have their experience. All the others are really
New,
newbies. Ashanti have been to the World Championship before. The others have newbies. The Camber is somebody I don't expect to get the time
it's
because
hard.
remember that 800-meter qualification time. I think that first of all, we think World Athletics need to revise those standards. It's ridiculous. A lot of the events, Latoya, if you look at the ranking as it stands now, some events they want 48 athletes, and guess what? It's only 12 athletes qualified. I'm like, in a globe, if a globe of athletes competing in a sport and you can only get 12 qualified, obviously the
Look
standard
here
is
now.
too high to
Before we
qualify.
even
It's
move to your relay
ridiculous.
there,
Yeah.
you see, because they talk about Camry and them qualifying time. Let us
And Tyrese and Kellyanne. The distance events are ridiculous. Kellyanne will have a
let
hard
us
time.
just take look at this. This took a long.
Yeah, this
Hello,
young
this
man.
was long in coming, you know.
Yeah,
This
yeah, yeah. This young man, we have to give him everything and more, Latoya, because people don't understand. 800 meters gone to a different stratosphere. Because right now, people are saying that Navaski running 144. But if you know what 144 is coming from, these were times that we're winning medals at World Games before. And to know that he's having to do this all by himself, I'm telling you, if I know you'd have made the championship based on his ranking, but may I tell you, this young man is working, and him I believe, and you see where I'm to do break the national record,
twice. No,
and
no, no. He
every
has to
opportunity he
break
get,
his own
yeah,
national
yeah,
record twice to get the qualifying
yeah,
time, you know. So that tells you that
yeah,
it is it's far reaching, you know. I do believe that he didn't get that qualifying time
yeah.
because there wasn't, as I said, he has to run by himself. There wasn't
Um,
so much more.
just a minute, Latoya. I don't want to break you, but I see Emil putting some other names. Just 'cause we don't want people to we're kind of educating people. So the last that he has put Romain Beckford, Raymond Richards, both are actually technically in the event already. They are based on their ranking. If you look at it, they're in. Achilles Smith has really made it into.
She's a
She's a
double,
doubler.
right?
So if you're talking about the long and the triple, you have to be specific. Frederick Dacard's Chad Wright, those times marks are really up there in the ranking.
Based
So
on
if
the
you can
world
look at
ranking.
the qualification, there's something called Road to Tokyo. If you look at where they are and how they are sitting now, it's very unlikely. And then the country, there's nobody in the federation that is above them. So yes, I saw some other names. Ladrissa Cameron is in a good spot to be invited. Sean D is not in that spot because we have
Long
so many
jumpers.
long jumpers that are fired of him. Samantha All is also in a good spot to be invited. So there are gonna be some invitees based on their ranking. So you have to look, because again, may I tell you, the standards for the throws and the jumps, it's ridiculous. It's high. Back to
Back to
Navaska, as you were saying.
Navaski. I just want to just big up Navaski. Like whatever it is that you're doing, continue to do it. I know before the run that he did over the weekend, he was here. So after trials, he was back here in Jamaica for a couple days to and then fly back for that. And now I think he's either now in Canada race for another race
Yeah.
that he has to run. So it is really hard for the distance and athletes to really get meets and to get there. But big up to Navaski because if he had to do this by breaking his own national record twice just to meet the
Yeah.
qualifying standards, people who runs the 800 meter, hats off to you guys. Hats off, hats off, hats
And
off to you guys.
and if you saw the race to Latoya, if you see the race, you'd understand that the race he had to run a very tactically sound
Yeah,
race. A tactically sound race because he really was up against it. About five other guys, the four other guys behind him ran what sub 145. So that is not a joke running.
yeah, that's so true. Hey, that dive thing there, that digger push out that thing there.
Yeah.
Christian said it not, Christian said not
Yep.
necessary, but it may not necessary 900, but when it come to 8 bills,
But it needed in the air.
when it
Yeah.
come to 4 bills and the 8 bills come, remember no Shane ask Allison if the dive thing real.
Right now, some athletes in the past wish they dove. Like Shawnee said that she dove and she has a gold medal to show for it. So others wish in many situations that they know they learned that the
Every
dove was
time I think about that
necessary.
dive thing, every time I think about diving and dipping, I always
Yeah.
say go ask Alison. Cause if Alison didn't know say the dip makes sense, the dive, dove not a word, makes sense.
Yeah.
Should I dive over there?
Yeah.
Trying to dive over there and get it. So kudos to Navaski. Well done to Navaski. I mean, I know for trials you said watch how big things were coming, but one thing I appreciate is that even though you didn't get that big thing that you wanted to have gotten at the national trials, you still had your head high. You still went ahead and go and said, "This big things are come, big things are come." Trials wasn't it, but here it is. And who knows? We might see the national record move one more time again before the year done.
Yeah, he's running again. He's gonna run again, I
He's
think,
running
this
again this
weekend,
weekend in
based on what I
Canada,
saw him
and then he's
posting.
running at knockout.
He goes out to
Right. And
Bahamas, yeah.
then, I mean, just training, but as again, who knows? The national record may just move again because it look like him in some national record shape. So, congrats to you, Navaski. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Continue doing what you're doing. We're proud of you and we thank you. Continue to aim high. We are here with you. All right. So we move from Navaski. Do we go back to the relay like how we just jumped right there a bit? Do you want to just let us take the 4x1 males? Okay, so Emily is saying, yes, I understand what you're saying. I was just pointing out that these athletes are still searching for the standard. I know people like Beckford, Richards, Dacres, Smith, Cameron might get quota spot. Right. So we were just appreciating your education to us also as we continue to educate. Um,
And I mean, what we're trying to say, Emily. So yes, there are two specific avenues because let's use Adele for example. Adele is ranked about
30,
37
30
out of
yeah,
58.
36.
I don't foresee, yeah, I don't foresee 20 odd people passing her to get into that. So it puts into context what where she is and who will get the qualification. So and a lot of these other athletes are up. So yeah, Jamaica will not have the problem of getting a lot of these athletes into. I think Richards probably and Raymond are ranked in
Yeah.
the top 10 are in the top 15, and if you look at that, you see probably three other athletes or four or five other athletes really have the standard. So you're correct, Emily, but we're just saying that Jamaica is in a good position with those athletes.
Right. So I just moved
Yeah,
to the relay because
the matter at hand,
yeah,
yeah, the
I just
big
moved
one.
to it because
Yeah, this is where we stand a big chance. Yeah, this is where we stand a big chance of not qualifying.
right, and because of
This is where we
we
stand a
stand a
big
big
chance.
chance of
Believe it or
not
not.
qualifying
Yeah,
right here, I am appreciative and I appreciate love. Um the big three,
yeah,
or should I say the big five, because the top five is down for the relays to run the 4x1 in the London Diamond League that is coming up. So
yeah,
I thank the athletes and their coaches and their agents who have said yes to the call, or who have said, I'm available, my athlete will make themselves, for whatever reason that you did. I thank you, and I'm really
yeah,
hoping um, that this would gear and garner greater fruit in terms of not just the qualifying fruit, but also the experience fruit in terms of using the 5 or using 3 or 4 of these guys will also help them to get that little button exchange help that we have been crying for. So I really do hope that the
Yeah.
team is set up properly. How would you set your team, though, O'Shea? How would you set your team?
And that is with
KOA, having
the
KOA, so it's Kishen, right? So
the
I
three.
call them KOA, Kishen, Oblique, and Akeem. Having KOA and also having Raheem Ford and Rowan Watson. How would you set
All
up your
right.
team?
It's because for London, it's gonna be one and done. I don't think there's a preliminary for London, so I'm gonna stick to four. I think my best starter remains Akeem Blake, so he's gonna be my starter from the block. To um, I'd say Raheem Ford on the backstretch, Oblique on the curve,
It's
and
not
Kishane on the
hesitant.
straight. Yeah, it's kind of conflicting because you see the trouble about it. There's not a real 200-meter curve runner there. And if I am supposed to go for somebody that I probably can, just because of what I've seen him done this year on the curve running that 200 meters in the Grand Slam, I'd have to go for Oblique. But again, we saw what happened at the trial. We're not sure what, because I hear Scott saying that it's not only physical, the issues that he's battling with. I'm not sure in but if I should, that's my preferred choice. But if I should say revert it a little, I'd switch to have Raheem on the curve with Oblique on this backstretch.
Okay. Zeven, as you come in, how would you set the relay team for Diamond League? For London Diamond League? The big three here, KOA,
Why,
and
why
you,
you,
you
why you put me on the spot? But anyway, um, for me, I think it missed a key component. I would have brought back Christopher Taylor, um, in the mix. Or
I don't think he has particulars to get to London.
okay, all right. Well,
I could be wrong, but I think that's one of the main reasons.
one of the main reasons.
Yeah, he's gone.
all right. So for me, my team, how I would set it is I could interchange Akeem with Oblique. I could. Um, and if I do that, then I would put Akeem on the second leg because I've seen
Yeah,
Akeem this season running a lot of second legs for his
yeah.
club and doing well. I don't know. I don't know if Michael is saying hello.
An
You
indication.
know,
Yeah,
I don't want to make Akeem a fa- you know, that thing there. So make
yeah,
me and tell him say, do the second leg. And for me, this season has looked really nice on that second leg.
yeah.
And
Consistent. Yeah.
for that, I would use Akim on the second leg. And therefore, I actually would use Rowan Watson to
To start
start, to to Akim, to Oblique, to
to Kishin.
Kishin.
Good team.
Because
Good team.
I think that would be. I love Raheem, Raheem they do the do. And I remember when it was just the four of them, Akeem, Oblique, Raheem, and Watson, and they had to run the two rounds, and they really
Somebody
did
said
well.
Oblique can't run the curve. But he has run a blister in 200 meter. I don't think you watched that race. Go back and watch the Grand Slam race.
Jesse, if
I
you need
saw
to go
him
back go watch the Grand
the
Slam
Grand
race,
Slam
then
race. Yeah, watch
he
him
run
going
a
around the curve when
pacer.
you see. Yeah, yeah. He ran a blind outside of Brian level. What I've seen, and Adrian Carr gave me a glimpse of it on Saturday.
Yes.
Oblique has looked the best going around that curve. Yeah,
I mean, Adrian we know that Adrian is a 200-meter specialist. That is
yeah,
better event. But for that reason, I would have the big three, second, third, and anchor. And
yeah.
I think I can trust. I know I can trust. I'm confident. Ron Watson for me running
That's
that
where he has been. He has really been a starter. He starts well. Contrary to other people believe, Ron Watson's strong point is his start. He doesn't
yes.
finish his race well, and that's why most times he gets left out of the equation. But because of the closeness between Raheem and Ron this season, there's not much to lose with putting with
Sandy then
agreeing.
can't tired. Sandy, don't bother come with that.
What did he say? Tired, tired. But they,
She saying being that oblique and Akim going to run the flat 100. Remember just one race Sunday.
all right.
That's
No,
the
remind them
time.
though. That's why you remind them at the trials. You run the semi-finals about 2 hours before the finals, and that's how London is almost set up. They'll have to run their flat race and come back. It's training. In training, you run 400 or 500 meters with few minutes rest. You got to do what you got to do. And the time that they're chasing Latoya, we're not saying that they're going to win the goal, but they need to get to 37.87 or 38.20. I think either of them,
38-20 is possible.
Okay,
either them,
so but we still not talk about the elephant in the room. We are chase on point. Nobody now sit down and roll over for the 16th spot there, you know. Nobody now roll over, you know. We
that's
still
what I want to move. That's what I want to
That's
move
why the
into
big guns, you
14th.
have to pull
no,
out the big guns.
we still no, and me and Lataya argue over this over the weekend. We are still on our wait behind the 8 ball with a qualification here because a lot of other countries
Yes.
have more opportunity than what we have, and they're
I don't. Why you say that? I don't think so. Why you say that?
I just the European countries alone, and that's
No,
the way I
but
use.
Europe,
There's
Europe
no
has
more
really,
for them.
Europe has really closed out their main championship, so they don't have a lot of meets running relays. US is really the thing about it, you know, Xavier. A lot of the countries who are running relays and will be at London have already qualified into the thing.
Right.
So even though we are competing against them, we have more at stake. I don't think I'm seeing Netherlands in that race. I can look again to see Netherlands is not in that race, and so too Brazil is not in that race. They are the ones we are trying to take
That's
out
take
of
away.
those.
They're the ones that we're trying to
Out of those.
uproot.
Well, Nigeria, not Brazil. Nigeria, want to
But
get Nigeria
Nigeria
out,
and
out of the spot.
Netherlands.
Nigeria has African. They
Runners.
have no. They have their area championship later this
Yeah,
year
but
too.
that's the thing. But that's the thing. Nigerians run fast everywhere except in Africa. So I'm hoping for them to go to
You're
Africa
hoping.
and reproduce that time that they run,
And do
because
that again.
they even the European teams have run their European championships and their team they get no close to where the time they're running on. And I think with the guys that we had running that time last year, we never had the big 4 and the big 3. So if we can get them back down, even if it's an 80% race, I think them can go 37.6. That's just me.
I would love to see them qualify because it gives us the opportunity to
Not to be shame, because it's the only event.
I'm not shame. No, me give up on shame when it come on to track and field. I'm of the notion that we need to start back from scratch, and
Really?
Well, that way I do.
so we have to learn how to do it properly, and follow the possibilities. I always say that the Usain Bolt era was the best and worst thing happened to us because we got comfortable and Billy say we just getting qualified, just getting dropped in our lap. And we not
No, wait, you know what has really shocked the world of Xavier. Let's be honest. You see, sometimes they say if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Don't fix it.
I think world like this can try everything to mash up track and field, including setting some ridiculous qualification parameters. The championship they're using, when I see some, I look on the qualification thing, I see some country are win them area championships and not qualify for Oceania.
let me tell you, I work in banking. And see every time I have a matrix that I go on. See every time I shut the matrix out of the water, you know what them do for the next year?
Yes.
They make it they increase it because they think we can do better. And
No,
so from that,
no, the point I'm making is, Xavier, I'm not saying that you're not improving the product, but be careful that the stakeholders who are gonna make the product what it is, you're shutting them out. The standards that they are putting, when they came up with these proposed standards, I said to myself, who sat down and told them that these were the way track and field has elevated? It has gone, but they're looking at the top tier. They're looking at the best in the world and match the standards against them. You cannot be setting look at the average group, because really you want more athletes. You cannot set yourself 58 spots to a championship and you have about 1,000 athletes that compete in the event and only 20 of them get the standard. That is too high. That's really too high.
It's the same way when
You
It's
should
the same
want
way
country.
when our Jamaican ladies were running 10 6s, we are saying,
Yeah,
I mean, if you're not run 10 6 for Jamaica trials for 100 meter, you're not gonna
you
get in
know, do
here.
nothing. Yeah, it's
You
like
know, so imagine them go move it from 11 down there. So I'm gonna say
probably no,
10
but
6
Lataya, don't be surprised. Next year it's gonna be 10-9 for qualify to worlds because you see the
for the
100
women
meters.
100 meters because
It is
you have
ridiculous.
Melissa Jefferson run 10 8 like it is no tomorrow.
Yeah,
You have Julian Alfred. I mean, when our ladies are back to their standard, we have our two babies.
yeah.
Lataya, when they coming back? Look like you have a little
I
crystal
just say,
ball somewhere.
yeah,
somewhere
man,
put
look at
on.
it. Zuma mama,
Listen,
Zuma
no,
mama.
and no. Let me tell you. And I think tonight I would say this: the athletes got complacent. Look at Jefferson. She's hardworking, and it's a fruit our labor. We were we had athletes that were extremely better than her at one point in time. When you compare two persons, pound for pound, she
It's
wasn't there.
it's a curve though. Xavier, it is a curve. From what we kill Philo and him raised and him gone back, it is a curve. You have seen it. Jefferson was never somebody in her junior days that factored
Never.
in. The best of US sprinters have not turned the corner. The best of Jamaica juniors have not turned the corner. So we have gotten used to that. If you're bright as a junior, if you make it,
They make it.
you're gonna be the minority, one in every few. So we have gotten used to that. People who are coming onto the scene, both look at the world, look at who are beating the world and setting the records. And another one, there are a few of them like a cinema. You see, come up as a junior and just hit the world by storm. Coming out of nowhere, not known, and doing the thing. So I'm always saying to people, you see, at the junior level, at the bottom of the chain, you have a luxury of many people, color, shape, and creed. But watch to see the ones who will last because it is a different understanding when you have talent. Because everybody born talent. If you have 2 foot and 2 eye, and if you have 1 foot and one
One.
hand, you have talent.
You still have
But there's a
talent.
different, just like you're there at school and a primary school, everybody bright. And then can say ABC. But when you get down to pep, it starts to separate the ones who are smart from the bright people. And I think that's what track and field is doing. And I really think, yes, when you talk about Jefferson is somebody that you have to understand. So when you get the ones who really is a diamond in the rough and you can chisel them out, you'll get it. Last year she showed it. I'm not surprised that Jefferson is doing this year. Last year she came from nowhere to get a bronze medal. Like everybody's like, oh, this girl. You think she'll get a bronze medal last year and come back this year and go on like, oh, I have arrived? No, she got back to the drawing board and now
I say,
she's
me start all over. I'm ready
albeit.
for
I'm
it
not gonna say
again.
this tonight. I think Jefferson has her bad days coming. And I hope that her
No,
bad days
well,
don't come at the
listen. I
World
don't.
Championship.
I don't want the bad days come. I want.
She's
I
been
want.
running a lot. She
She
have
run.
blazed the gun, you know.
She
She
run
a
too
run, she
much.
a run
She
like a
run too
machine now.
much.
You know,
She run too
necessary if
much.
you run 10-7 now. It's not gonna help your friend.
She run
Even
too
when we say
much.
Alfred at chase, I don't give no Alfred. Take your time.
No,
Because if you
but
run last,
but
you get your money.
Alfred natural game that. That's Alfred not trying.
No,
Alfred
but
not
no,
trying. Alfred is comfortable.
Yeah, that's her not trying.
I'm hoping.
Um, so JCF says Brian Lavelle has the fastest curve split. He does have the fastest curve
Yes.
split.
Fastest time.
However, and the fastest time right there. However, currently at this moment, for whatever reason, he's not available for the London Diamond League, and therefore we just have to use what we have available to us. Um, However, on my notion, as it relates to World Championship, we all know that we want Brian Level to be a part of that relay team. We however has to note that based on the schedule again, for me, Brian Level will not run the heats
Yeah.
of the 4x100 meters. The reason for that is I don't, if it is that we want Brian Level to have any challenge to the podium or anything at all in that finals, because I do have him in that finals, he will not be able to run the heat of the 4x100 meters. And therefore, we have to use what we have and kind of start getting what we have, exercising and practicing what it is that needs to be done, because the 4 by 100-meter heats runs just before Brian Level final of the 200 meters on that day.
Yeah.
So therefore, Brian Level will not be a part of. Me I talk like me I'm coach, but I'm
Well,
just saying.
well,
If it would be
Nonsensical.
sad,
Nonsense. Yeah,
and
nonsensical
it
to
would
put
be
him.
nonsense for the Jamaica team to take him and run him in the 4
Yeah.
by 100 meters when it is that he have this individual race in the final for the 200 meters. However, on the final day, when the 4 by 100 meters will run, which will close the whole championship, I do believe that Brian Level will be a part of that 4 by 100-meter finals because we will be in that finals. And therefore, the big three, KOA. So we call the big three KOA now. So we're gonna have KOAB, right? Co-op. I'm running
You
that finals. That's my final team.
you know, Latoya, the bigger elephant in the room, like Xavier used the term big elephant in the room. You know what we're gonna struggle with this year? And I see it as a potential problem. In past times, our relay teams that excel on the male side to have set the world record had at least three quarters of the team from one camp. And the synergy was just crisp. And the only other person that came in, got used to them, was Usain Bolt. He was always there. And Johan Blake came with him from the same club. Now we're having four big names from four different clubs.
Four different
And
clubs.
and they will have
and
six athletes from 45 different clubs. I'm wondering what are we gonna do when we qualify to get the relay
and
synergy.
and that's me and Latoya argue over the same thing, and we've been arguing over it. That's my problem. That's a
Yeah,
fundamental problem, and this is my thing, and this is my notion. When a team, when Team Jamaica come together and sit down as a team, because you select a team captain, I decide where do we take the medals. How do we rationalize how we take the medal? Because you said Brian Lavelle is right before the eats.
No, the
yeah.
finals is
The
with
the
the heat
finals
is before the
The
finals.
East
So
is for the
before the
before.
final.
final, but we keep saying it's an individual sports and a team sports. But remember, when the team come together, it becomes a team sports with individual runners. So the team management should have decide we can win 10 medals or we are going to attempt to win 10 medals. So you start deciding who run what and run where.
You see one thing I do, Xavier, I always say, and this is me, and I'm being absolutely fair. When you get to a place like a world championship where it comes down to each man contributing, I think that individually is as important as a team. What it requires is the background preparation getting into, because every country has different athletes coming together with different objectives. Every individual athletes who are going to the world championship, who are going into an individual event, wants a medal for themselves. They'll tell you that. And the truth about it, that Brian Neville, if you ask me, based on the form that he is in, if he gets to that 200-meter finals, he can snatch a medal. And I'm saying that with the greatest of respect to all the other athletes there. 19-7 has won that championship in recent time, and he's running 19-7. So if anybody falls up on that day, they're in trouble. So I'm saying to myself, what I want is for J3, I call J3 name. Let me take that back. The organizers of the group that is going with them to the World Championship, we need to have a camp before the World Championship starts where we can say to the different camps and coaches, we have 1 week or 1.5 week to do relay practice. And when that camp is done now, they go their separate ways and get themselves ready for the individual event, because that is important as well. But we need to have some camp.
I agree with the camp conversation and the camp statement. One of the thing one of the things that I like, I'm going to come back to it before I miss the thought that I'm going to say. JCF just always know to blow the minds. One of the thing with this World Championship setup of the males 4 by 100 meters is that what I realize is that KOA
Yeah,
will have early duties in the 100 meters,
yeah.
right? And finish. While
The B,
Raheem Ford, Watson, Brian Lavelle, while KOA have their 100-meter duties, will be able to get some baton exchanges in. This is my viewpoint. This is how I'm thinking.
Yeah.
When KOA is finished, you the people them. When KOA is finished with their individual events, it is now time for Brian Level to step up individually to his individual event, which now gives 5 person in the pool an opportunity to get button exchanges in comfortable order in terms of comfortable spacing. And therefore, by the time we get to the finals, Brian Level would have already now gotten an opportunity to come back in and get some more work, some more practice in. So, I think
Let's, you have fantasy and you have reality. You live in a fantasy world, and this are the reality. Let
No,
me
that's
tell
two
you.
realities though. Xavier,
Yeah,
be honest. That's two
no,
realities.
no,
That's
no.
not fantasy.
Let me tell you, and this is my worrying case. I
Yeah.
don't think Lataya KOAB is technically suave right
Meaning,
now. Right
meaning,
now, I'm waiting for next for London Diamond League to take back my word. I don't think they're technically suave
meaning what?
together as a team to
They don't need to be technically sorry though, Xavier.
no, and that's the problem that we're having. That's the problem that we're having, That's how we reach it. That's how we reach into this place,
No,
In
because
ter-
no, it's only because we never finish a race. But we have
no,
this problem.
but that has a lot to do with person's technical ability.
No,
well,
it
well,
wasn't
well
one
remember
injury.
three out
It was
of
an
three
injury.
out of KOA have been here together before. The only additive is B. The only
Yeah.
additive is B. KOA
All
has
right,
done this before.
let me tell you about technical ability. And
Yes.
this is just one of my take and my observation. Kishane is quick, right?
Yes. Yes.
Kishane is quick.
9-7 over 100.
9-7.
Yes.
Will that person catch him coming out of the block?
No,
For
Kishan
that
now
button
come from
change?
the black. We now put Kishan out
No,
of the black.
Catch him out of the
catch him
block.
out of the zone. Listen, technical ability when he come on to really not have nothing to do with speed,
So that is why I set up my team. Watson, forgive me, Aliko Trickle with the 60. This is me.
No,
So we're going technical. We're going technically.
the race is different,
No, man, we're going technically with the team. And
Watson
a
can
matter of
stop run.
fact, in
Watson
the
can stop run at
finals,
60.
no, a matter of fact, in the finals, it's not Watson. No, a matter of fact, in
No.
the finals, Xavier, we have Akeem Blake.
No, we not reach finals yet.
It's
We not
highly
reach
unlikely that's
finals
gonna
yet.
be
No, it's
Watson.
going to be at finals we reach. At finals we reach.
No, but we
With
can't
the
qualify
next week,
from semi.
next week we're talking about. We have to do next week first.
Ron not running next week.
No, that's what
Ron
I'm
not
telling.
running
Yeah,
next
That's
man,
week.
Ron
why.
Watson's there. Ron and thing there.
Ron,
I two of
he's still
them there.
running next.
5 of them.
Ron Oblique.
KOA, Ron Watson, and Raheem Ford. I 5 of them named down. So that's why I'm saying.
So
That's what I'm
we are
saying.
Ron,
jumping. We're
We're
jumping the
not sure
gun.
who's gonna run.
I need us to talk about London.
then London, somebody name the London team.
Yeah, we name the London team,
Ron.
but they have to make it first. You reach
Yeah,
all
man,
the way
you're
to
not gonna make
finals.
it. Xavier, let me move on. Because you're gonna mad me,
They
Xavier.
won't make it, man.
Xavier, they
They
won't
won't
make
make
it.
it. They won't make it.
Xavier,
And then he missed a part of the latter.
any old KOA, them not make it this time, them deserve to stay at the yard. Don't
Yeah.
you? Them
Not
deserve
to
to
be
come
there.
down here and stay
Yeah.
down here.
Not
Not
to
even
be
go
there.
back to Italy.
That's what I'm telling
It a
you.
gonna make, Xavier.
That's what I'm telling you. That
No, it a gonna
combination.
make. Me can't.
Without the suaveness.
Them a ugly race if we run out and make the time.
It a make, Xavier.
We just need 299 and
And a
298
matter of fact, but remember,
down.
we have 9-7 and 2-9-8.
That no win relay.
Yeah. Raw speed.
Oh,
Don't
there
jump
we
the
go.
button.
And you keep
Raw speed
you keep
kills.
going
Don't
back to
jump
the
the button.
technical part of relay. The button has to go around.
No. That's why I said don't drop the button. Don't drop it.
May I shut
And don't
up,
exchange
Lataya?
the zone.
May I shut up?
It a go around.
Yeah, if you don't drop it and you don't exchange the zone and you have 4 fast somebody, you can get 37.
No, me believe
You
in
don't believe in
that.
that?
Me believe in that.
Axel, let us hope and pray. Let us hope and pray. Let us watch and stay and labor till the
No.
master
You
comes.
know,
I agree with you.
For me,
When the only Father God can help us, no, sir. He's yes.
for-
Father God come not gonna do nothing to it.
We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Okay, we're making it. We're making it,
I mean,
guys.
in reality, doing a lot of there's not gonna be a lot of pressure on them in London because London won't have teams like US and Great Britain. Well, I think Great Britain is there. Let me take that back. But the major of the teams that are
Britain
going
is
to be
just
in
there to
London,
help us.
yeah, will
Zarnel
not
is just
put
there
them
to
under
help
any.
us.
Because even if we come last, Xavier, even if we come
Want to make it
last,
time.
around 37-19, deal
So
done.
no, hold on here. And you're being ridiculous now. Coming last around 37-19. There's not a team that can pull us to that time.
No, but
That is
with
in
the two
London.
teams in the race, we
Zarnel
don't
will
know
pull
which one
us.
will finish.
So
We don't know which one will pull us.
Zarnel versus Kishen. Zarnel versus Kishen. Xavier, me go down the line there. Let us hope and pray. God help us. Agreed. Moving right
Hold on,
along on
Latoya.
the weekend.
Latoya, let me tell you the teams that are in the relays as it stands now for Diamond League. Great Britain
For
1,
London.
yeah, Great Britain 1, Great Britain 2, Jamaica, Netherlands, Poland, and Scotland. Only one team in that is really in our way. We just need to beat Netherlands and beat them
Netherlands.
handsomely.
I have a
Great
question.
Britain, yeah,
Yeah, Great Britain
Why-
have 2 teams.
Why can't
and
we
they have
have two
already
teams?
qualified.
Xavier, what's your question?
Why can't we have 2 teams?
We could have 10 teams.
We can't have 2 teams when 8 men say, yeah, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
However, if we have 2 teams, we have to designate. I think, correct me, O'Shea. So I'm learning on this one now. I'm learning, guys. I'm just gonna say it. I'm asking a question. If we have 2 teams, do we have to designate under the circumstances that we're running for the time? Would we have to designate which one of the teams is that team to run that time?
Yeah, it gets a little
Yeah.
tricky because
There's a trick to it, right? Yeah. There's a
just
trick
like
to it.
yeah, the athletes really have to be all international because Great Britain has the luxury of putting 2 teams because they are hosting the Diamond League and their intentions are really for training.
Yeah.
The other teams like Netherlands and us have to keep 1 team because at the end of the meet, at the end of the result, you want it to be the single team. Jamaica, you can have Jamaica A and B. It doesn't stand in that on the yeah.
So it's likewise what we saw last year when we were trying to qualify the 4x4 team. We were able to have, because it's we hosting it and it's we really wanting it, we were able to have more than 1 Jamaica team. However, the body would have had to state that Jamaica A is the team to get the time. So if Jamaica B did get the time, we wouldn't get it. So just note, something to note in that case.
Yeah.
Ox, I decree and I declared also we will get it. And then we're going to send 1 buckle of water over there to Xavier when it is like that. Right, true?
So
And let him
Latoya,
start doing the thing.
Latoya, just to add, sorry to cut you, but to let you know that Jamaica is also gonna be in the 4x1 women relay. And looking at the starting list, Ashanti Moore, I was saying to her, I saw her name somewhere. She has gotten us lane in the 200 meters. So they have given her a lane. So that's a big deal for her because she was not there up to recently.
Right. You are continuing to name the ladies who is a part of the women 4x100 too?
No, I was saying that Jamaica will be running in the 4x1 program in London. The women team will also be running. We don't know what team that is, but they are also participating.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. JCF says let Kishen won the backstretch. That's the guarantee winner.
Not necessary.
Kishen stay on the anchor until we see 1-1-2 business. Never see Kishen 1-1-2 business.
The backstretch,
it's a long stretch.
The skill about the backstretch is that Kishen accelerate at 90.
Yeah, and Kishen has never been in a setup. Kishen has never really been a relay. Really, you see the thing about
Monday, so.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
No, but you forgot to deal with the outgoing runner.
No,
Why if the outgoing runner? See, you like what you say and say him say Michael Ferta at 5 what? At the little tubes side there and him look very tall to him coming. And I said, do I run out? Do I stay? Do I run out? What if the outgoing runner?
That's the technical ability of the athlete.
Is it sense? It's not technical. It's the sense.
Maybe I said I'm
The
not
same
water.
thing. The same thing. Sense and technical ability are the same
All
thing.
right. Let's quickly continue about what
No.
happened over the weekend.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much. Let's quickly what happened over the weekend. So I'm gonna throw this out there so we can quickly, because this is something we'll quickly move past. So for the first time, we saw someone who has switched religions working or operating under their flag. We saw Roger Stoner, that red and white flag with the little dot story there. So beside his name, it's no longer the black, green,
That's
and
why.
gold.
That's why. Pardon me to break you, because I mean we are here to sign a educate again. I saw Sandy B saying that Poland is at a walkover team, but Poland has already qualified. That's why we're not mentioning them.
Yeah,
You can continue, Latoya.
it's just Netherlands and
Yeah, it's the only team
back
in
in
that.
front.
Yeah.
Right. So we saw Roger Stoner out and about repping the Turkish flag over the weekend. Just wanted to bring that to the fore. So it is
Not change. Yeah, man, don't
What
pass
what
the
does it
nine.
suggest though?
What you
What
trying to
does it
suggest?
suggest though,
I never know that it was so quickly
No,
that
he
he would
can.
have gotten
He can
to
show. He can show underneath the flag, but he cannot do
I know.
championship.
of either
Yeah, he
countries?
can show under the flag because he has a passport, but he can't compete in championships. So he can do everything he wants.
No, he can't
Oh, so you
compete
can
in
choose either
global
flag.
championship.
Global
So,
championships.
so, so he can't compete at the work. He can't compete at the world global championship under the flag until 3 years time.
So
So that is why the aim is for 2028.
I think it's a marketing
So
strategy. They're building a program. A lot of people look at it.
yeah, the sport, the man tell you said that
They
the
might
man
build a
know.
program.
That the man know. Them say that. Them say that.
It's
And them a build one relay team
so
to
no,
see them
but
take.
it's a political atmosphere when it comes on to Turkey and sport. No, you have to put it into perspective. You saw the president of United States a soccer game. You see countries using
Who?
yeah, FIFA club. Yeah, he went and celebrated Chelsea.
Yes, the president of
Yeah,
the United States.
celebrated Chelsea
Well,
over the weekend. When Chelsea get the trophy, him stand up with Chelsea. So it's a political environment.
Okay.
People are using sports to get into different conversations. So it's really good. Normally, you
All
can't get
right.
a Turkey
So I
person
just
to come
wanted
to
to
the
let
US.
persons
So I
know.
mean,
I just wanted to let persons know that that's done. It's a done deal. There's no turning back now. It's red and white, not the black, green, and gold. Boom, boom. Also over the weekend.
remember, he can turn back, Latoya. He can decide to cancel it. If he don't compete in World Championship, anything major, him still kind of black, green, and gold, if he want to.
In wearing the red and white now. Okay. In my viewpoint. All right. Over the weekend, we also saw. We also got a thought space of Malik Smith Band, who has represented the black, green, and gold as a junior. Something else to quickly move over, just to educate. Now we are now made aware that come 2026, he will never again represent the black, green, and gold. Rightfully so, because he will be wearing or dubbing the Great Britain colors. I think for persons who would know or understand that, I mean, I saw this coming long vast. I thought that he represented the black, green, and gold for quite a while, longer than I thought he would have, based on his parentage stuff. But I'm happy that you got the opportunity to rep the black, green, and gold, was comfortable in it, and also decided, him and his family would have decided to now move into repping the Great Britain flag based on the country that he's from. He is like a Zarnel Hughes. Zarnel never rep the black, green, and gold, but based on the country that he's born in and stuff like that, he's able to rep the black, green, and gold. So all the best to Malik Smith Band.
And I think Zanel is a little bit unique, different, because Zanel is actually from Anguilla. I don't think he's a Jamaican.
No, he's not Jamaican.
No,
he
he doesn't
never
have.
Jamaican.
So he was but Malik Smith band is dual.
Dual
Right.
citizen.
Yeah,
Dual,
he is
yeah,
dual.
yeah.
Well,
So
it's
he would
triple.
have. Yeah.
At
So it's
dual
really
or triple because him have from him. I think one of his parents is one of those the smaller Caribbean country that is affiliated with.
that's where I think that's where his dad
Right.
So so
originated
so it's
from,
still Great Britain.
and
It's
became
still
a
Great
Right,
Britain.
so
yeah,
that country
yeah,
does Great Britain there, right, and then Jamaica.
yeah,
Then I think his mom is Jamaican,
yeah.
so he got to do
Fair enough. I think he has given
Jamaica.
he gave Jamaica a part of his career as a junior. Now he moves to, just like how we saw Adele Tracy. Adele Tracy, for argument's sake, and Aisha Partly, they ran as juniors for Great Britain, and now they have taken their senior
To
career to
Jamaica. So he
Jamaica.
just did
So
it all the other way
no love
around.
lost.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
Kudos to him. Congratulations. I wish him all the best in moving there. I am in anticipation of seeing him wear the Great Britain
yeah.
colors. I think he will do well. I think,
Outstanding
yeah,
young man.
very much. I think he would really do well on a 4x4 team for Great Britain too, you know. So I
Yeah.
can't wait. 2026, if that's when you come out, I'm here to still say hey, hey, hey to you. Definitely, Malik. All the best. Howard, why you do this? This this topic requires an in-depth conversation. I think
And a lawyer.
and
And a
a
lawyer on
lawyer
standby.
stand. You know, Howard, I'm going to work on getting.
I can speak.
No, I'm no man. I mean, no, we're going to speak about it. It's nothing that we're not. But I think I'm going to work on maybe trying to get this conversation happen next week, if possible, because this don't. It's not a run over. It's not a run over.
You remember? You remember? Let me use one example. Anybody that follow cricket with Stan Smith with a $1 million cricket match, I make everybody a millionaire and then lock him up after.
You mean Mr.
Yeah,
Mr. Richman
yeah.
from
T20
T20
man,
man?
Advent at T20 Grand Slam come just like it.
Mr. Brown, may I put it down? Grand Slam conversation. I'm putting it down. I'm going to work on it for you. For sure. I'm going to work on it for you. If it is possible for next week, as I come off the phone, I'm going to work
Yeah.
on it and see if it's workable. But for now, we continue the weekend roundup. Over the weekend again, we saw Paulino running 49.06 in that close finish for the 400 meters. But I think for me, the highlight of that 400 meters was Nikisha Price. You know, I see our national record holder just gradually
Yeah, faith.
taking her no man, gradually bringing herself back into the conversation, and I'm really, really happy for that. Xavier say you have faith, so me hear
I
him
mean,
take already on that. Go ahead.
no, that was that. You see, thing I like about Nikisha and her handlers, she's doing the right things and doing it on her own terms. Because the thing about the reality is, Nikisha Price was one of the Grand Slammers, and I thought at first I was not too comfortable with her being a Grand Slammer because Nikisha Price is like a small engine. You gotta fill it very carefully so that it can give you enough burn. And I don't think Nikisha Price is somebody that you can have running everywhere, but what for all the races I've seen, that's why you're coming into the championship, and you can see it now. She's gradually tapering off. She ran 49 at the championship, and she went back to the very next meet after, and she's in that 49 bracket. And I think she's a very smart runner. What I talk about when I saw the race, I was like, Aliyah Butler went out like a scared here. I'm like, Aliyah, either they give you extra money to beat Polly, because that's not necessary. But I mean, she's getting ready for USA's. Paulina to me never don't want to lose. So Paulina gonna run you down.
Any day.
Just even prepare the line. She don't like else. But I think Nikisha just did exactly what I wanted her to do. Run an evenly distributed 400 and run a good time. And I'm really happy. She's my bet for some Jamaica to do something at the World Championship in the 400. I just want her to stay steady.
No
Keep it
get
that
sick,
way.
Nikisha. No get sick. Me COVID
Yeah.
Dallas. No
Yeah.
get sick. I beg. Me I beg her. No
Yeah.
get sick.
Yeah.
Military shed a tear last year when
Me
the thing about me to come out.
have a devil advocate.
No, me don't want to be devil advocate for the one, you know.
Yeah, what's it?
No, I like Nikisha. I like her. but I think some of the events have gone past us a little bit. I think some of it is making the
Like what?
finals and see if they have a good day.
Now Nikisha will have a good day.
Nikki Charge ran
No,
48 over
I
Xavier.
know.
What you saying?
I'm not saying
Sibian,
anything. I say have
not
a
on that
good
one.
day.
Not on that one. I make me
No,
devil advocate on the 4x1. Not on that one.
no,
I'm not having this one.
she's good. I'm
We can,
I'm I'm
Xavier, let's
I'm
be
expecting her
realistic.
to make the
We
finals.
can get three ladies. We can get three ladies in the finals. You know, that's reality.
One medal contention,
We can
one
get,
medal
no,
with
we can get three
no,
ladies in the
possible,
finals.
possible, high possible, 75% chance.
Yeah. And after that three, we can get two on the
I'm not
podium.
sure about it too. Yeah, I've pushed now, but
Okay. That's why they run
yeah,
the
That's why
races.
races are
That's why they
run.
run the races. Yeah.
Um, Speaking of Nikisha Price, Howard, me and your board, me shed a little tear, me I tell you the truth, me shed a little tear for record all that, man. I lie, me shed a little tear for true. On that notion of Nikisha Price, I must speak about the women 4x4, the team that is set to be assembled for run for knockout championships to make that 4x4 team. I do believe that it will be met and met really well. Again, we talk about
Yeah.
KOA. Here we are going to be having Nikisha Price, Stacey Ann Williams, Dejanay Oakley. 1, 2, 3, ladies. We definitely, I believe anybody we put with the three of them, we're definitely going to make it. Just needed to just share that, even though we're not on the knockout part. But I definitely do believe that thanks the ladies making themselves available for that, and I hope it stays that way and that nothing happened so that they're not able to be there. I really hope that we really get it. JCF says she needs to run some 200. I guess he's saying that Nikisha Price needs to run some 2 bills.
But he hasn't seen her all season. That means you're
Remember,
not
said she
watching
run two
JCF.
bills, 4-2
She was in
on
Grand
Grand
Slam and
Slam.
she
She have
had
been
to
running
run.
the 2 bills
She
now.
had to run the two bills.
Yes,
She has run at least 4, 5 2 bills since year
yeah,
start.
she have been doing it.
Yes,
Which
she's
helps
been
it,
running
which
a lot of
helps.
races. As I said, I'm happy that Grand Slam probably came to a premature end in a good time because she would have run a very hard double before
Yeah.
trials. No, she'd have had to run that hard double before trials and it would have probably messed
Yeah,
her up.
so that's that. We saw Fenke Ball in the hurdles running 51.95, taking that world lead in the hurdles. I mean, Fenke is known for this though. For me, Fenke is known for this. The highlight of that race for me, Dalila Mohammed, man. Dalila Mohammed. Dalila is what? Dalila what? 37, 38?
yeah,
One of those ages,
run about
Dalila.
there.
Dalila is one of those ages. Dalila ran really good, a really good race, a really good time. In my viewpoint, I think my highlight of that was having Dalila come in second, running 52.58. What say you, O'Shea?
And this has been her, I'm sitting about it, Latoya. This has been her best time in ages. And I'm really sad to know that at the back end of your career, when you were, because 52, 58 in every other decades and every other era would have been a world record, would have won every medal, every gold medal. And to see that Dalila is saying this is her final year, and the time that she's running, people who are still looking to continue for another 10 years won't ever get there. And that's just a sad truth. And I'm hoping that she gets a big send off in terms of getting to the championship this year and at least get on the podium. I know it's gonna be hard, but it's very possible that she can get, because that bronze medal is looking like hers this year, based on how she looks. I mean, I'm not discrediting our girls nor the likes of Anna Cakrella or those other girls, but I'm thinking that bronze medal, even the gold, because we don't know, because anything can happen in the race. Sydney's seemingly invincible, but if she hits a hurdle, Dalila is gonna snatch. Fenke, if she makes a mistake, Daniela will snatch. So I'm really hoping, and just because I know she like Shelly Fraser is going out of the game, I just want something for her. Because I remember watching Dalila from your boy. I just still a run.
Hello, that 52.58, me still I try to figure it out. I think that's a world record, not master's time,
Yeah,
Because
that's the
Dalila
thing.
is masters,
Yeah.
so is Shelly and
It's Shelly.
Fraser Price. I mean, enough masters record Shelly make, but because we have Shelly over here, so why we not call it the
Yeah.
masters record? But enough masters record Shelly make, But good going for Dalila. It was really nice
Absolutely.
seeing her, and it was a comfortable 52 run from
Yep.
her also for me.
Yep.
Looking comfortable, looking like the old Dalila. I mean, remember when Dalila used to run record. I
Yeah.
mean, and Sydney, I run back a Dalila like she a puppy dog. No, Dalila run back a Sydney. But it's a growing aspect of the sport, and
Yeah.
it is something good. Um, Another thing that we saw happen over the weekend is that the Caribbean nations got a hit with Sportsmax, where the world was told that Sportsmax is now no longer, you know.
Ailing
I, eh?
on Lifeline. It was supposed to that's been taken off ventilator.
Yes, Sportsmax has been taken
No,
on the
that's
ventilator.
no, it's more like a sudden death though. I don't think it was on a ventilator. I think it was like a tragic loss.
We say it's just a
It's a
roll up in
tragic.
the wall and dust.
Yeah. Weren't
Gone.
ailing. Nobody saw this coming. Nobody.
Really?
Xavier said, ain't like him know something.
Listen,
I don't understand
listen.
what you
Well,
mean.
I
Nobody
for
Um,
saw
sure.
it coming.
they knew it was
I for
coming.
sure did not see it coming.
No, they knew it was coming.
Xavier and the people them never
They
knew.
who?
Who is
They
they?
Digicel,
who?
if you paid close attention,
They who?
Digicel changed the way they wanted to do business a while back, and a lot of the way they started out in getting all these stuff to get people aboard and get people familiarized with their product and everything, and corporate, well, social, we'll call it corporate responsibility. Them not have
Social.
social responsibility. Them not have none no more.
There's social governance.
The social
Governance.
about then have
Not the
none no more. Then
responsibility.
give
Social
up on that
governance.
long time. So you didn't know, say sooner or later, them are gonna take well piece by piece. But
No, but we're saying
the company that took over Digicel, there's some merger, some acquisition along the line. They're doing business differently, so they don't seeing that part of the business line, that line of business, feasible anymore.
you have lawyer money.
No, but that's what was put out there. There was
I'm
a
just
company.
asking a question, sir. You have lawyer money.
Say, I mean, I'm surprised that they didn't sell it to sell the rights to someone else,
Sell
because
which rights?
no, that's what business is.
No, but you say sell the rights. Sell
Yeah,
which rights?
sell the brand,
You
sell
mean
the
sell the
brand.
I said
brand?
sell it.
Yes, sell the
Sell
brand,
the brand.
Okay.
sell the brand to
Okay.
a TVG or a CVM, or put it up there for, because it's a brand by itself.
TVJ.
Xavier,
TVJ.
Now I'm just
just
using it as
leave
an
it at sell
example.
the brand. Just leave it at sell the brand. Yeah, just leave it.
Sell the
Not that-
brand.
No,
Yeah, sell
Sell
it
it
to
to
me.
Xavier.
can't sell it to Grand
Sell it
Slam.
to Xavier.
I'm out money.
You
Sell
have
the
what,
brand.
brother?
Sell the brand. Sell the brand.
Sell
But
the brand.
yeah,
Sell the
I'm
brand.
just saying
Yeah.
that.
They should have sold the brand though.
All right, maybe them sell the brand. I wouldn't know yet.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that. No, I'm not them not
No,
selling.
it like it's a complete wipe off.
Yeah.
For what I'm hearing, it's a complete wipe off. And I'm like, I think that's where the thing is that people would have appreciate if they had put it up for sale and say
Step in and
somebody
yeah,
can
an
step
investor.
in and buy it, because you realize the TV in the Caribbean, not only I'm talking about the Caribbean, I'm being extremely biased because Sportsmax went above all
Yeah.
existing local medias in terms of
Sports.
inclusiveness, inclusive reach, the kind of event, the white cross spread, and the quality of what they're presenting. And again, I'm not putting anybody's at work and production to any scrutiny, but the way they did their thing, it was just uniquely different. And to know that the reach that they had, just to get up and hear say no longer exists without a real reason, because no matter the reason when give me, like you said, they should have think about what was up at stake and sell it. Don't just
Dissolve it like
it's
that.
shocking.
Yeah, you dissolve it, and a lot of
Very
Jamaica sport in fraternity will suffer a little bit, because in order
The
for
Caribbean sports
no,
fraternity is not
I
just
mean
Jamaica.
I'm being local.
Yeah,
In order
because
for
Sports
like the
Max is not.
schoolboys to be showcase their talent and the clippings, most of the clippings were from Sports Max. Because when you're being scouted, they ask for clippings, and Sports Max used to provide those clippings for all of those schoolboys. There's none with
Well, no, the other one them you call, that one of them used to get the feed from Sports Max. Them need to go
I
now
had.
do that because they were beneficiaries from the clips and they usually broadcast some games. So now this is talk about if you're serious about cable, you gotta step
You
and do
gotta
it in a
step.
really
I
in a
mean,
timely
some
manner.
of those is we saw where JPL, that's Premier League, we saw schoolboy football was doing it with them. So Sportsmax was really, really doing the do for real. Emil said that writing was on the wall for Sportsmax. They had cut their staff months ago, and it's a tragedy to see what happened to sports backs, but sports will not be the same without them. And I definitely agree. Sports definitely will not be the same without Sportsmax. Sportsmax has brought a great, vast knowledge and impact and have affected and affected a lot of change in the Caribbean as it relates to sports. I mean, I've heard persons say that they went to Sportsmax and learned, the production, the entire thing, um, as it relates to this, to bring it forth. So it is really sad that they had to go the way that they did go. Um,
And that's why just to add to that, and I agree with you 100%. But what made Sportsmax what it was is just the exceptional talent and quality in the voices you heard, because people don't go to platforms just to go their sake. If the person that's producing the information and the content is not well versed and unique and has the ability to convey it in a certain manner, it's not gonna last an impact. And I think that is what Sportsmark, it has a wide diverse group of presenters, contributors, broadcasters that you'll just to see those. I know they will not end here because there are people that I know people have already called them to say come my way. But you know that the whole cluster of persons, when you look to them and say this brand was just producing people that anybody they put forth, you could enjoy something from them, you could learn something from them, and it's just gone. So
I may never get to go to school,
But
yeah,
Lataya, you have your own program. Maybe you're
Me
the
say me
next.
never get to
Yeah,
go to
yeah,
school.
look like you're the next Max. What's his name? Said the unique voice and personality. Look like him not talk about you.
Can the current relay team match men or women? Match the US team? Um, the
I
men
don't know
can
what he's
match the
talking about.
men. No, he's asking if can the current Jamaica relay team, both men and women,
We don't have a
matches
current relay
We
team.
don't have a current team.
And we don't have, and US don't have
matches
a current
the
team.
US team.
US don't have a current team.
US
You
have
mean the past
16.
US
teams?
US did for at the end of the month. We'll come back to that when US
Yeah,
did the
when their
trials.
trials done, when they, cause we don't want who we gonna make US team much more. We only saying that now.
Hey,
Give them till
US
August.
change like fly on the fly,
You might be
Think
shocked
Jamaica change on the fly, US change on the fly.
every
When
year.
when when US trials is finished
Done.
and
We
we
can talk about,
dissecting that, we talk
yeah,
about it.
match
We'll
up.
bring back
Yeah,
that question.
yeah.
Another thing that happened over the weekend. So, boy, see this man, see this man. Listen me, this man is I don't know. This man is just this man, and I speak none other than Mr. Lyles.
He's
I,
still
I,
in.
I don't I don't know. Mr.
Listen,
Lyles haven't been on the circuit all
well,
season long.
I use a Bible analogy. He doesn't need much time to build the ark. That's much I can tell you. No, I don't need much time to build the ark.
And the right name, right
Because
analogy with the
unless
right
no, I have to
name.
miss a lie, with all the backstories I hear, that's why I say him did injury and he must have did this and that. If I your opening race that you run, You don't need much to build the arc.
No lies. I mean, the race was it was okay. 1988, it was okay.
Yeah.
I felt like the Olympic champion. I mean, there are two Olympic champions in their own right, but I felt like the 200-meter Olympic champion, current one, was just
Yeah.
it's as if him say, all right, yeah, it was
Cruising.
just cruising, and that was fine. But it shows us, it gives us a thought space. I don't think it gives us an idea of where the
Yeah.
arc builder we like I use that analogy. I don't think it gives us an idea of where the art builder is at the moment, but it says that hey, I was just lying at home, yapping as you all think that I do, but I was cooking something. You know, I mean, I'm cooking something,
Yeah.
and I mean, after it is that we saw that race with him, I mean, we definitely going to end up having to kind of have an idea. So I'm just moving into what is to come. But I'm going to go back to the last two things of what happened last week after this. But I mean, after seeing that which he did in that 200 meters, it now asks the question lies. How do we see LSB going to go? How is it? Where is our thought space as it relates to Oblique going up against Noah, going up against Akeem Blake? Where do we think we will go or get as it relates to that come London Diamond League? I think this is one of the big show up or show out or call out for London Diamond League.
I think, and I'm judging by what I saw, the attitude of him last week. Latoya, I think that Noah is gonna come out giving something scorching. And I'm saying that with the greatest of respect to the likes of Simbini, which I know will be there, and Akeem and Zanel. I think yeah, they have been running more frequent than him, and Tobago is also in that
Yes.
race to Latoya. But I just think that Noah, I think Noah just loved it. It's like, you know, that little kid that
Yeah,
loved
the
attention.
adrenaline.
And I think the moment Noah come out and get the attention on him, he just can't do nothing more than run.
Can't because there's nothing else
So
to
I am
do but
expecting
that.
to win.
No,
Yeah. The long and short of it, I'm
Noah
expecting to
doesn't
win.
run slow at any point in time. So you should expect every time Noah touches the track, he's producing good times. Even if
Kino, I disagree. Simbin is stuck in a one gear. Nine,
even
nine, nine,
even
nine, nine, nine,
no,
nine, nine, like a 9-9. Even if you come out of the gear
e-
then. Until him start run 9-8, because 9-9. It's like the man who don't run nothing more than 9-9. I think they're going to beat
Boy,
him.
see me take beating bad.
I want
You
him to
know,
supply
see me
everyone.
get take beating bad boy.
Every race him run, him win Lataya 9-9. But back to Xavier, me say no
Noah
about
does
Noah.
every time Noah touches the track, he either run sub 20 or sub 10. Even if him
When
not
you're
touch it for
saying he
year,
can't run nothing less than that.
that's his normal race. So everybody else have to bring their A game.
Well, know what, if I
And
bring film little
and
anime them,
and
you know,
Hey,
film
great man, him
anime them ever
cheerleader.
the
and,
pan A.
and
Big up him cheerleader. Latoya, big up him cheerleader.
no,
Big up him cheerleader.
no,
You mean
Mrs.
cheerleader?
Mrs. to
We're
be.
talking about.
Go
We're
ahead.
talking about.
Oh,
But
well, here's a
When
different
they put the
analogy. JFC says Oblique will beat him. He needs to win more than Noah. He needs to win more than Noah.
why? Why he needs to win more than
No,
Noah?
I can't take Oblique beating Noah in this meet at this time.
Remember say Jamaica objective and I
Yeah,
meet a lot
that's
of
what I'm gonna
relay.
say. I
So me I
can't
walk
take.
them run. Now I walk
me-
them run
Yeah,
six and seven.
Oblique can
I walk
take
them
his
come
second.
second.
Oblique can take his second and collect the appearance fee money and thingy. Me can't take too much out of Oblique for that meet here. Just for that 1 year at this
Yeah,
time because it gonna mean say
yeah.
me now gonna get no
Close it.
time for really. I mean can't do that. I'm sorry.
In can't run two big race.
Hey,
No.
Jesse, me tell you say if I'm angle my brain though, me can't do that. Me sorry. See, Emilia say oblique is fit, he will win. Not that one. That one no matter. That one no matter. That 100 no matter, man. I'm sorry. September.
Yeah, the one I can't
September
stay.
one matter.
The one, yeah?
September.
Yeah.
Not that one
Yeah.
more.
He's not in Diamond League contention. He don't need to run hard. The Diamond League leader is not even there. So just take it easy.
I'm sorry. Me can't. Oh jeez. Oh, the best
Yeah.
go my
Well,
brain. Let me see if I
we,
can.
This is the only meet, Latoya. If the Jamaicans come 7th and 8th, I'll be super fine. Once the relay team qualify, everything else. Yeah. At this stage, no, nothing
All
else.
right. Quickly running over
Yeah.
to this young man, Mr. Jordan Scott. Hello, sir.
a void was
Yes,
left,
sir.
so he has to fill it.
I probably somebody smell the
A
cat
void was
rat.
left, and somebody has to fill it.
Two different analogies and I like it. But Jordan Scott, kudos to you. Kudos, kudos, kudos. You have been, climbing your ladder. Yeah, I know the change, you have changed camp. Kino said it's a shame that we have to be saying this. It's
No,
really a shame.
no. You know what, Latoya? Before you go any further, we weren't paying attention. We weren't paying
and
attention
that's it.
because
Kino said it's a shame.
he was always a good jumper.
I mean,
But
he doubles. He doubles.
and he was always good. But there's somebody just always taking the limelight for some other reason. I'm just saying that.
I'm just saying nobody start up.
No, we're not starting anybody.
No, nobody start up break, please. Right, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, kudos to him, clapping him. I'm happy for him. He's going up and going up steady. I am now also seeing the fruit of the change of camp and environment in another athlete that is working because he's now overseas training, and you can see the fruit of that change happening, same as how we see the fruit of Adrian Carr change in camp happening. So kudos to him, and I wish him all the best, and that he will continue to climb the ladder steadily as he is and continue to improve. 2 pointers to go, and this is
To add one little thing to what George adapting is to deliver on the have him struggling on and think to be much better than him in the past. And you saw him giving those clutch jumps in the dying moments in the 5th round and 6th round for PB. That makes you a champion. I think right now I say this, Jamaica's chance of winning a medal in the field outside of Shanika Ricketts is in Jordan Scott.
lies in Jordan Scott very much, and I approve. I approve that statement. The woman of the moment. The woman of the moment. Little Miss Little Butch Talawa. What she said, the spirit of a Jamaican man, something like that. Megan Topper. Listen me, man. Sometimes we have to be pushed down to realize our strengths and how great we are. And sometimes we need that break to come back more hungrier than we have ever been. Because I believe 2025 season, Megan Topper belongs to you. I remember last year when Megan make it was stadium serious, so she broke her neck, Listen me. At the finish line, Megan tableau up her neck, Maybe it was
She was a gymnast in the past though.
Me say,
She was a gymnast in the past.
The gymnast in her come right out last year, what her neck top, Megan reach, And the tears that she had for not making the team at that point in time. But here is Megan, the national champion. The unsponsored national champion.
And that's
She's sponsored by Sandals.
by who?
No, I mean shoe sponsor.
No, she's
Let's
Oh,
sponsor. She don't need a
actually,
shoes company to sponsor, and that's the downside we're having. She's sponsored.
she needs some more help. But I get your point.
No,
Xavier, Xavier, you're not that is chump
well,
change.
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
What? Let's say you're not see Zion because you're always a cosmic girl. Megs was always there or thereabout. Lover. No, no, man. I'm saying, and
I
we know
mean,
she's always there. She's the only Olympian we
yeah,
have. So we know she's always there. It's just that I'm saying
yeah,
2024 was not her year, and we saw, you know, the tears and everything. And now coming into 2025 for her, goods just say, listen, me,
yeah.
man. She's running with so much confidence right now. I mean, if you cut Megan, you maybe not see no,
And it's telling,
you maybe not see no blood because the confidence that she have, she not gonna feel so she get a cut. I mean, equaling a PB at this time, equaling a PB, her PB.
and Latoya, if we put in and if you put the race into context in terms of making modification to the wind and drop it on a little Latoya, that's a 12-2
12-1.
performance. And I think Megan has understood where the game has gone. When she won that bronze medal, she was running 12-5. I mean, pardon me to say this, but if you look at I don't Alicia Johnson
Yes, you had
over the
Kabunji had this year.
weekend, she had to run a 12-2. 12
Stark and Russell was in that race too.
is the new norm. And I think Megan has recognized that no longer can she four and expect to be a team and expect anybody. The world is waiting on you. And
Definitely, I agree. I agree. Megan, kudos to you. Whatever you're doing, continue to do it. Whatever you're eating, continue to eat it. Continue, Megan, team behind her. Continue to do what you're doing with her and for her. She's doing great. National champion. You angle the business and you continue to angle that. You know. So it is a great look. Kino said, what about those who say that if Stark didn't stumble, she would have won? I don't agree with that.
That's
Stark would
part of
have
the
to,
race. That's part of the race.
Stark would have to run her down to catch her. And if Akira never catch her, Stark wouldn't catch her. I'm sorry to say. But that's my that's my thought space on that. For sure. But I mean Megan has just been wonderful and has just been doing great
Kina
things.
said, what if Stark didn't stumble? Kina, that's Stark's problem though. Stark has been inconsistent because Stark. You see the thing about I'm glad Latoya USA's will weed out the chokers from the real stars because right now you don't know who's gonna win USA's because Alicia Jones is there, Tia Jones. Well, Tia Jones is a nasty fall. My Cyrus is coming back. You have the likes of a Grey Star. Every week in and out, they're changing, like they're
Don't
playing
leave out.
tic-tac-toe.
Don't leave
So
out
I'm
Kendra
really
Harrison.
not worried. Grey Star needs to get, yeah, all of them are there. And I just think that Grey Stark cannot really handle much pressure as you look at it. Masai has learned how to handle that pressure. So I'm just waiting USA to sieve out the pretenders from the contenders. But as it stands now, Grey Stark need to get her
Clean
race
and together.
clean if she's gonna contend with the
Yeah,
big guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. She's fast, but she's not technically the best hurdler you can find.
Sandy B says Megan I drink true shake. Well, Megan, if you're drinking the
Megan
true
has
shake, me want to know when I true shake. I look like a Red Bull now work over here, so for me.
wife Lata, yes, you have them. Yes, you have them.
If you're drinking the true shake when Red Bull now works, I'm gonna need to get some true shake too. Megan, continue to drink your true shake for real. Okay, so the night, I mean, for those who have
No.
watched or have not yet watched, I mean, there's a docu series or a documentary out on Dr. Shelley and Fraser Price. No, I mean, we all are now aware that she has said that, it is our last season on the track. And therefore, all different sections of the world or of the track and field era is, giving their tributes to her. And there's a docu-series that is out with her. And for you who have not yet watched it, can go ahead and get a watch on it and see what it's about and enjoy it. I think it's something to enjoy.
And it isn't. I guess it's the same one you say. It is in print as well.
Right.
So
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 if
if
you
you don't
can't
want to
watch it,
watch,
then
you
we
can also
can
read
figure
it.
out how to get it, to read it. So last question is from JCF. JCF is asking, what is the real problem with the twins? Are they really ready? Um,
They're on IG. They posted them. They posted today. Showing off their new gears. You can ask them.
I
JC
don't know
Forbes
if
come
I
like
see.
a trouble now. JC Forbes, Tina will be at the World Championships. Tia
Uh,
will be somewhere
in
around Europe
Italy or
running
somewhere
soon.
around the
So
globe.
the real problem with the twins are that the twins aren't talking to you.
So who put up that question? Take it down. Take it down. Take it down that time.
Somebody said, wonder if Megs need a husband. Oops, never mind.
No, she needs a you mean a sponsor. She needs a shoe sponsor. Her name is Megan Tapper.
Megan Tapper need a shoe sponsor.
Yeah, that's what she needs, a shoe sponsor. Well, we don't know
Eh,
because I'm hearing that the three stripes are walking down that road.
Is it
Just a
walking down
moment
the
in
road or
time.
it walked down the road already?
Yes, it has walked down the road. I'm not sure what has delayed the
Right.
the purchasing. Yeah.
yeah, so it seems like it's not the ink not complete on the
Is that
paper
what?
as
Yeah.
yet, but
Not
it
dry
walked
yet.
down the
Yeah.
road already. I mean, the
Yeah.
writing's on the wall. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen her dub the socks and dubbing the sneakers, the
Everything.
sneakers and the Crocs. I mean, I just
Yeah.
suppose the dress.
She just like, yeah, I think what she wanted was a little extra bit of money, and them say go they go drop two big race. She
So
said
also she has
yes,
to also
and she has now signed, sealed, and delivered. So your guess is as good as ours. When you next shall see her,
we shall see her.
yeah,
We shall definitely see her. Because I think she's saying now, shut him out with a little bit of money. Life, life
yeah,
is hard when we dip it in a 12 point, you know what I mean? So she's giving the 12 and not running the 13.
yeah,
So she's going.
yeah.
Keenon, yeah,
So that's why there's one thing I want to draw. Yes, you made mention about the docu-series on Shirley and Fraser Price, and I read it through, and I read it, and I was so thrilled with so much different emotions because there are two questions that arose from that whole thing. People are saying why she waited. Was it is it patriotic to just really didn't speak to local media about what happened in in Paris? But I know again, you see when people value and rate you, she go to the people who rate her and give them the story. But reading it through Latoya, so I'm not too worried that she didn't talk to any local media. She went to the, but what I read from the story, and that is something people probably did not see if you haven't read it yet. She said that the World Championship races, and that's the races because she's gonna run three races, I believe, four, five, three flat, and a relay is gonna be her last international competition. So you might see her shutting it down in September for good. So, so for those, for it's probably a message to the people who know it's election time, but we can plan something in September or October when election done. Whoever is the minister of that portfolio, yeah, we need a national holiday, like one full national holiday, so we can celebrate. And this is not in addition to what we will do at the World Championship. We just need one day that's called Shelley and Fraser Price Day.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, and 2 day we are gonna need that 2 day with them need
we're gonna need
to
one
scope
for
out.
celebration of achievements, and we need one for her. And she can drive through the 14 parts. She can do it in one day. Yeah, because the reality is if the world can look at your idol and your greatest and give them that regard and respect, it's full time now. We didn't do it for Usain Bolt. No matter what we thought we did for him, we cannot allow it to happen again for another person like that. We need to get into the game and recognize that the world will never see somebody like her again, just like how they will never. But to the authorities, if they want to give us a volunteer role, and we can do it free and help out, because Shelley and Fraser Price needs to get a proper send off.
Well, because you have fantasy. You should call this
Would
fantasy
that
show. So you have fantasy. The Jamaica government you talk about.
me say
O'Shea, I hear you definitely for true. I hear you. And the chat is agreeing with you with that and stuff. As you rightfully said, there are questions that lies within that conversation surrounding the Olympics. But I mean,
I
let
didn't
them
have a
watch it
problem.
and we
I
can't
didn't have a
we
problem
can't talk.
she not giving the local media anything because they're not real journalists and they tend to spin words not correctly.
Xavier, you're going to have your money. You see the big, big journalist.
Them not spin words
Xavier, you
They
see
have
the
correctly.
their
big,
degree.
big.
They all have their degrees and
No,
their qualifications. What are you talking about?
I didn't speak anything about the credential. I said they spin
Xavier,
So
you
they're
words.
see the
not.
big, big journalist in front of you. You see that?
Yes,
What
they're
do you
not real
mean?
journalists.
What do you mean a man is not a real journalist?
Listen, you know what I said? Why she didn't give initial interviews about the situation?
Yeah.
Because persons tend to spin what they hear in a different light,
Twitter. I mean the Twitter gods.
whichever way you want to call it. So it's either to protect or to avoid.
You know, come for him.
But Keena said she already get the
But
statue. Yeah, Keena, we know she get the statue, but we can. It's like how Portmore is gonna be named the 15th parish. We can rename
Nation,
the capital of Saint Andrew from Halfway Tree to Shelley and Fraser Price. I
what
mean, I
else?
know a statue is
Make
not
sure they spell
statue.
it correctly.
It's correct already, Xavier. It's
Make
correct
sure they
already.
spell it
Correct.
correctly.
It's correct already.
So even they don't bill her another give her another piece of a property or something, for the mere fact that we have had too many of our national treasures walking away in the sunset without the world even knowing where they have descended to. And a Shelley and Fraser Price's story needs to be something that is championed from the front. And again, me know at least now look for nothing, because Shelley and Fraser Price now go walk a papa for the rest of her life. But we need to come forth and say it while she's alive. Is it posthumously? We love give them and talk about Rihanna, what, the national hero of Barbados?
Yep.
Even if we not give Shelley and Fraser national hero, she needs to get about 10 diplomatic passport, and she needs to depend million and one billboards, because this is what we're talking about, respecting and recognize. Yes, she can ride off in the sunset, yes, but tell her that, send her off in the sunset with something that she can hear while she's alive. Because again, Xavier talk about the real journalists them. I hope that all media houses stand up for that. Because not only should we run for the stories that are salacious and sweet, we should also champion for the cause of the athletes to be regarded and respected. Until we start push that envelope, we're gonna always have these cycles where we're gonna have Usain Bolt era, and then we're gonna go back into the dungeon. And when we reach 60, you and I reach 60 and 65, that's when we have another era. We can't have that again.
Okay. O'Shea, so me hear your last words, right? Is that your last word?
That is my doxology. So, Kino,
Your
we
doxology,
can talk half
okay.
the year, because right now everybody deserves something. We'll talk half of the year. That's how you run our show.
Xavier, your last words?
Well,
Makes sense.
it's going to make sense. I had the pleasure of having good conversations with Shelley over the years, when she keep winning. So seeing her go, it's always a sad moment. Certain things you expect to last a lifetime. This one will never last a lifetime. So but as we should champion it, we should ask our journalists in Jamaica to really put it on the cover of the Glean or the Observer, put it there. We tend to put up billboards for everything else. It's politics time, everything up, every different color up. You find the money to do everything else. We do have the money if we want to find it. So if you want a day for Shelly and Fraser Price, we can give her an entire day, an entire week. When special events are being held in the National Stadium, keep honoring her for it. Football keeping, cricket keeping, you just use those little moments to make sure that you represent for somebody that is great. She's a goat. You're not going to find no other person like Shelly and Fraser Price touching the track in this lifetime. So every chance that we get as Jamaicans, we should celebrate her. Boys and girls champs, Grace, may I tell you from now, next year, you should have an entire half an hour for somebody will sit down in a stadium quiet and somebody talk about Shelly and Fraser Price achievements. She deserve it. And that's what I'm putting it out there for Grace.
Xavier, the female
Rename the
champion
trophy.
has no name. It has no name up to this day.
Rename it to
just
Shelly
be a
and
good start. Yeah.
good start.
Somebody names can go on it now. Finally.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of medium out there that we can celebrate our athletes, and where people are saying that my expectations are great. No, it's not great. People just need to stand up for what we are. We have too many great athletes that left the sport and still have to work, still have to go do a 9 to 5. Fortunate for Usain Bolt, fortunate for Shelly and Fraser Price, fortunate for a lot of athletes made headways of securing the bag before. But when we get greats, we need to make sure. Look at cricket. They have the entire wall of cricket down at Sabina Park. The whole stadium should have everybody round it.
Yeah.
So we can put murals up to make people understand what it is. Usain Bolt is in Miami Airport. When you go down Miami Step, you see Usain Bolt and Nissan. We don't have no little something. Them take the mural of Shelly and Fraser Price in the national in the airport because somebody else buy over the airport. Things like that you should not let happen. Certain things are permanent fixture no matter who is the owner.
May I ask a genuine question? May I ask a genuine question? Are we insinuating Shelly's performance have eclipsed that of Ati, VCB,
Yes.
even Bolt?
Yes.
The priors, it have eclipsed the two prior one.
Yes.
I'm not being biased, but why?
It's rivaling Bolt's performance. If Bolt minus the world record that Bolt has had, Shelly and Fraser Price matched him all the way in terms of achievement.
All right. So we have come to another productive, educative, and informative. Words sound right a while ago. Sorry. We have come to another productive, educative, and informative, session once again here on Track and Field Talent. And we definitely thank you so much for being here with us each and every evening, each and every time it is that we turn on our cameras to come and speak about track and field. We are gratefully thankful that you are able to join us. And I take it at no uncouth matter or way, but I want to say thank you so much, O'Shea, for making yourself available to have this discussion about the wrap-up of the weekend that happened. And, you are already a family here with us, and therefore we appreciate you being here with us all the time. Xavier, definitely I also want to say thank you. Xavier, I also want to say thank you so much for being with us, being with me tonight on here and sharing your views, your uncut being
I'm gonna use my olive oil,
the
but I don't want the
devil's
button drop.
advocate. The devil's advocate here with us, but we definitely appreciate it and we definitely will be back. So guys, for those who have not yet subscribed to the channel, please remember to tell a friend to come and run on over here because great things is happening. I mean, we are rounding up. We are just one 1.5 month away or 2 months per se away from the World Championship happening. So, there's a lot of things. Mr. Sue, I was waiting for the comment. But there's a lot of things to discuss, and there's a lot of things. Yes, O'Shea, smile. I was waiting for that comment. Smile, you have to smile. So therefore, we will definitely be in the know as we continue to give you great program over here. So if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please remember to subscribe. Please remember to comment. Please remember to like. We have followers over Facebook. Please come on over and join us over here on the channel. And we thank you so much. Remember to continue to be safe, continue to be well as we continue to go along. And we will definitely be have a great discussion for the weekend to come because great things is going to be happening in the track world. Jamaica 4x1 men's team will qualify for the World Championship. One Ilian never two, you know where that is coming from. Only Kino going to say so is A1 from day one. So definitely we will continue to be over here as we continue to have you being here with us. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to you all, wherever it is that you join us from. We are grateful to have you here.